Hi guys, welcome back to Not Bored Gaming. My name's Mark, I'm your host, and today's unboxing video is going to be a little bit different because we're going to do a dual unboxing. That's right, not one, but two. And those games that we're going to unbox, well, a game and its expansion, is Xia, Legends of a Drift System, along with its expansion, Xia, Embers of a Forsaken Star. Now, I'm British, I'm from Sheffield, I say Xia. If you've been on YouTube and seen anybody else who's not British talking about it, they're going to say Xia. Or if you've watched Shut Up and Sit Down, Shia, Shoa, whatever they say on there. So, as a solo board gamer, and this is a solo board gaming review channel, I couldn't just get Xia because it's a game for 3 to 5 players in the base game. The Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion makes it soloable and adds far more rules and elements to the base game, which apparently make it far more interesting. So I brought them both together. Now, it's a difficult game to get hold of. When I first got back into board gaming, I read a lot about Xia and I thought, oh, yeah, I really fancy that. I like the look of that. I'm going to have to buy that. I went on all the board gaming retailer websites and I couldn't find it anywhere. It was out of stock everywhere. So I thought, okay, I'll try eBay. Sure, I could buy it from eBay at exorbitant prices, and the reason being is I think the Far Off Games only do limited runs of it at a time. So last Friday I was kind of just looking around on various retailer websites, just browsing them as you do, and I happened across Games Law UK's website, and there they had Xia and the Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion in stock. So shh, don't tell the wife. I ordered them straight away and they came within a couple of days. Now, I'm recording this part of the video after I've actually done the unboxing and I've played a couple of games, and I'm going to tell you, I really like this game. So yes, so what we're going to do now is have a look inside both the boxes for Xia, Legends of a Drift System, and Xia, Embers of a Forsaken Star, and let's have a look at all the content that's in there. Okay, so please forgive me if I fluff my words a little bit and if I get a little bit too giddy, because I am genuinely very excited to get this game. It's been a grail game of mine for a particularly long time, and it's been very difficult to get. So when I saw an opportunity to grab this, it was just came into stock briefly at one of the UK retailers, which is Games Law UK, then I really had to jump for it. So we'll start off and we're going to unbox Xia first, and then we'll move on to Embers of a Forsaken Star. So I love the artwork on the box of Xia. It's just absolutely beautiful. It gives this kind of feeling that there is some massive exploration in space taking place within this game and within this box. It says here it's for 3 to 5 players, and I know this is a solo review channel, but of course the Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion allows it to be played by one player, or played solo. So let's have a look around the box itself. Okay, large number of components in there. A modular board, obviously it's by Far Off Games, and the various components. I'm getting a little bit giddy right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the cellophane on the box. So let's do this. Always a very nervous moment attacking a box and the cellophane with a knife. You don't want to slip, obviously, and damage yourself, but more importantly, you don't want to damage the box. Okay. Right, can we all see that? Yes. So let's take the cover, the lid off the box. That's a beautiful piece of artwork. Okay, so what do we have in here? First of all, we have what must be the rule book, yeah, which is some 20 pages long of some relatively cramped text in there. And obviously it's got a components list on there. I'll not go into how many of each component, and you'll see them as we go through the box, but I'm going to look forward to actually tucking into this rulebook. I do like reading a rulebook when I get a new game. Right, okay. Let's bit of storage. What do we have here? These are the modular modular boards and their pieces, and as we can see, some of them have popped through already. There's one that I thought was missing. Some have popped through already. And yeah, again, part of the rite of passage of receiving a new modern board game is, of course, the fact that we have to go through a punching exercise. There's some baggies there to keep stuff in, and there's a number of cards in here. Let's have a look inside this. So bear with me. I know I always get nervous near this stuff with a knife. There we go. And what's in here? In here we have the Fame Point track, so I think that's akin to victory points, and these look like various boards for various ships. So we have the Nightshade, the Manchester, the Long Haul, Occam's Razor, Cold Phoenix, Constant Sorrow, Slow Leak, Bitter Karma, Mac Horror, Gaiden, Ghost Stalker, Numerator, Easy Tiger, the Krembler, Lone Drifter, and Persistent Memory. Oh, Swamp Rat and Puddle Jumper. So there's loads there to go at, and it looks like on the back of each of these there's some information and some backstory and a victory story for each one. So that's interesting. What else do we have? We have some cards, and these are ability cards by the looks of it there, and also a pack of missions cards as well. And I dare say there's various other cards in there. That's something that's come out of one of the punch outs. Absolutely no idea. Looks like it's come out of a punch out there, and I'll see what use that is. We have some dice, so you have your standard D6s, then there's a what's that? A D7, or D8 should I say, and then some D12s and a D20 as well. Okay. We have some orange crystally things. No idea what these are used for. That's those things. And what else? We have some standees. We have what looks like player cubes. More markers and cubes here. And here we go. I think this is one of the reasons that lots of people want this game. We have some of these fantastic pre-painted minis. And look at these. These are just absolutely beautiful. And there is, I'll just put this out, there's a wealth of them in there. And these will obviously represent the various ships that take place while you're playing Zia. That's really genuinely very exciting. Okay. And they're pre-painted, so you don't have to go through the hassle, or you don't get the enjoyment, more pieces there, of painting them yourselves. And what do we have here? Oh, meaty and weighty. And in a couple of bags we have what looks to be like the coins. And what these are used for in the game, I don't know. But they're, oh wow, they're good, solid metal coins there. I mean, that is quality. That is absolutely fantastic. And here we go. We also have here now are some green coins, and again these are weighty metal coins. So the thing with triangular pieces, if they were cardboard, is the edges could become folded over, but of course because these are weighty coins that's not going to happen. So that was just a spacer. That was the inside of what you get with the main box itself, the base game itself. There's a lot of content, a lot of punching to do there. Obviously you're going to erect these onto the various standees and move them through the game, and it looks like yeah, I got my work out ahead of me trying to work out how to play this game. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to unboxing Embers of a Forsaken Star. Okay, so that was the base game of Zia Legends of a Drift System. Let's now move on to the Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion. Now, as I mentioned before, the reason I got this expansion is that you cannot play Zia solo without this expansion. And I do believe even as a multiplayer, even in multiplayer, this expansion does add a lot to it. So once again, the cover of the box evokes this wonderful comic book artwork on there. Something, when I say comic book, it actually looks like the front cover of a book, one of those choose your own adventure space books. Something kind of signalling that there's deep adventure inside here. You've got the little spaceships, you've got the big space station, there's a planet there, and some kind of something happening in the background here. And on the back, it tells you that it requires, obviously, Zia, Legends of a Drift System, and that this will allow 1 to 5 players, age 14 up, and it will take 1 to 4 hours. And there you go, you can see the amount of content that's inside this expansion. So let's have a look inside the box. And once again, we'll take the lid off the box itself and place that next to it. So, once again, like with Zia, you have a rule book, and this will be not only the components, but how you incorporate Embers of a Forsaken Star into the base game as well. And the layout is very, very similar to Zia. So once I got to grips with reading about Zia, I will then have to read through this. And there we go, the specific solo rules as well. That is, what, 1, 2, 3 pages, plus a campaign log on the back. So that's not too bad to read, but I dare say you have to understand the core game. You can't just read the solo rules. There's another Fame Point track card there, and some more player cards or ship cards as well. We have the Carriac, the Vagabond, and the Skimmer. So, and again, on the back of those, the information, the backstory, and the victory story. Of course, it's a cardboard game, so there are more sheets of cardboard to punch out, which is always something I actually kind of enjoy, with some obviously board tiles on there and various other bits. Another couple of decks of cards, so we have, what's it saying there, titles on that card, and also events on that card as well. More crystals, this time instead of orange, these ones are a lovely shade of icy blue. And more of these wonderful coins. Again, nice weighty, meaty feel to those coins. What else do we have? The ship standees there, so these will be what you place your ships on. Some white cubes. A couple of EV, which must be event markers there. And finally, some more ships. And it looks like, here we go, we have this fella. These are all pre-painted again. You have this, no idea whether that's a comet or an asteroid or something like that. You have what purports, what I think could be a space station. That's certainly referenced, just bear with me, on the front of the box here. As you can see, that is that particular thing there. You've got this ship, another asteroid, comet, meteor thing, and yet another asteroid, comet and meteor, and another ship. Do you know what? That's a lot of content in both of those boxes, and I can't wait to delve into this game. I've got a bit of time this weekend, then I'm going to take a few hours, go through the base game rules, understand the base game, maybe even play a bit of a multiplayer game solo just so I can get to grip with the core functionality, and then find out how I incorporate Zia, Embers of a Forsaken Star as a solo experience into the base game. That's a good amount of content. I am so happy. Okay, and welcome back. This is Bubba. He's my dog. He's a miniature pincher. And that was the unboxing of Zia, Legend of a Drift System, and Zia, Embers of a Forsaken Star by Far Off Games. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of content in that box. And well, I must admit, I've already played a couple of games since I did the unboxing, and I'm loving, absolutely loving this game so far. It's got a fair few rule books if you're a solo player, as in you read the base games, then rules, then you read the Embers of a Forsaken Star rules, and then you read the solo rules, which becomes, you know, a little bit difficult on your first couple of games as you're flicking forwards and backwards between the rule books themselves. However, I am really enjoying this game, and I look forward to playing it a lot more. So there will be a review coming soon of Zia and the Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion. So keep your eyes peeled on the Not Board Gaming channel for those reviews. And in the meantime, don't forget you can check us out on Facebook. That's Not Board Gaming, always BORED. Obviously, like and subscribe to the channel for further content. And remember, if you can't find anybody else to play with, there's nothing wrong with playing with yourself. Is that right, Bubba? Say goodbye, Bubba.
Bye-bye.